2, and we're live.
Whoa,
All right.
again.
All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Muscle and Mindset Podcast. Today, we're going live from the phone because I forgot to charge my computer. I am your host, Coach David, and I'm with my co-host,
Coach Swift. It's official.
It's official. That sounds cool, Coach. You know, from Chris Nifong
Yeah,
To-
you slaughtered
to-
it so bad.
to Coach Swift. It's actually a really cool switch, man.
I bet people couldn't even figure out how to spell what you just
Yeah.
said. But let's not worry about that.
It's pretty Swifty.
We spent a lot of time on that beginning last time. Let's move
Okay.
on. It's Swifty.
We have like 15 minutes today, and we're gonna keep it short. I know that we're really close to each other, but again, we're on the phone. Don't.
Tight space.
Yeah.
Over here in this direction, you can't see. You're supposed to be 2 more chairs we haven't
Yeah.
gotten yet.
We'll get there eventually.
Instead of waiting on getting it, you got to start now.
Yeah.
So we got the close seats.
It's 3 days in a row. 3, right?
3, that's, yeah.
Yeah. So
I love it.
what I want to talk about today is something very important that I personally don't deal with it because I learned how to deal with it really early on in my life, thanks to my parents. And I know a lot of people, especially people I coach, who deal with it, and it holds them back from not just losing weight, feeling good about themselves, looking better, but just the fact of not being able to grow out of their current situation. And that only comes to the point, it's like, what's up, dude? That comes to the point of, if somebody doesn't match your vision, if they don't provide the same energy that you bring into the room back to you, sorry, but they have to go.
It's just a weight bringing you down.
I'm gonna let you touch on it because I think you have
Well,
something to share on that topic.
we'll add a little more before I go a different direction.
Okay.
I've got people in my mind who they talk to me about this, and I'm thinking about them. But you take a few more steps down the path, and let's see. So, in your own life, let me ask you a question here. In your own life, where has this happened to you?
Well, growing up, right, when I was younger, I always had a bunch of friends. Friends, right? When you're a kid, you play sports, you have older friends, you're a cool kid.
Yeah.
But I learned that those friends were holding me back from me being a better player.
Right.
That sounds selfish, but guess what? I made it to where I wanted to be. So if they were not helping me move forward, they were only holding me back. My mom taught me that very early on. Don't let go of yourself to help somebody else who is not given back to you for helping.
Okay. Let me jump in.
Okay.
I entered into a relationship where a vampire took over and just took everything from me, mentally, financially, energy, everything, emotionally, all went to their needs. And I thought I was helping by providing a nice space and positive outlook and caring for their child, but it was buying their substances. It got that bad. It was paying for their child's daycare. It was providing them food when they were doing nothing. There was mental illness involved. And that was a tough one because that's not just simply dealt with. And for 5 years, I let myself decline. All my friends were like, "What are you doing?" I don't know. I can't get out of this. It was physical. She got very violent with me, and I was frozen, and it just went on farther than it should have.
And that I just said the word selfish. You during that time were just selfless.
That's all I've ever been.
Yeah, we're back on. Sorry, I had a phone call coming through. We're recording from the phone.
Last thing was said, I was being too selfless, but I wasn't looking out for me. And a lot of my friends were like, "You're like, the power's gone from you." I was like, "You're right." And I didn't know what to do. And it was like, "You need to get this person out of your house." One, I couldn't because it would get violent. And then 2, she had a child. Now, this 3-4-year-old child, so this was for 5 years, so I had her for several years there. What I got to deal with her thoughts, emotions, and all this stuff. Like, this is hard. So I was frozen in fear and not fear. The power was taken away from me because I was trying to take care of me. Well, I wasn't taking care of me. I was taking care of them and not me. That's the problem.
Yeah, and I know many people who are in the situation that you were.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry if you are.
I have never been in something like that, so I can just say walk away because I don't understand how that feels.
Yeah, you can just
I could say, it's easy to walk away, but I can't.
You can just say it.
Because, right now, you can, talk about it openly and say, I should have left when I knew what was going on, but back then you couldn't.
It was my house, so the problem is getting this person all their stuff, and they've got their child. You can't do that, It's almost like you got to put your feelings off to the side.
So, what would you say?
If it was me, I would have escaped.
What's the biggest advice that you could give yourself, however many years ago, from this situation?
Barriers. Find your barrier. Not barriers. What's the word I'm looking for? Find your boundaries. I'm sorry. Understand when someone's crossing them, and you got to communicate them to them. Which we were. I was doing that, but it was just met with violence. But don't take any more crap than you signed up for. Like, you've got to have your limit, and you got to say no, and you almost got to cut your feelings off till it's done. It's almost like just get whatever you got to do out of the way, deal with that later. Then you can take care of them how you want. My dad always has this saying. He said to me, in a situation like that, get rid of them, then you can take care of them how you need from a distance. And that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Now, let's go ahead and get this swifting.
Okay, let's see that.
Over how this specific situation of somebody holding you back will affect your fitness journey.
Oh, exactly what happened to me. I stopped working out because I was too emotionally drained to do anything else. So all the things that someone who intrudes on you, it's every corner of your life. I didn't get fat. I don't get fat. I was just like out of shape. And someone said to me, I thought you used to work out. I'm like, oh gosh, that happened. And depression happened. Well, a little bit of depression, just being down. And you don't have the energy to bring yourself up to go. So once your energy level comes down and you have to start again, that's where it's hard. Back up in that positive spot. You just can't stop. You can't let go. So it's more difficult to get started again than stopping. Did that answer the question?
Yes, you said something key that people forget to do, and that's the simple act of setting boundaries.
Yeah.
Right? You need some guarding rails that you have to, you drive, when you go to the bowling alley and you're a kid, they put up the little rails that the ball bounces off of the thing, so it doesn't.
And when you're an adult.
Yeah, and it doesn't go to the shit, right?
Yeah.
You have to live that same way your current life.
That's a good analogy.
Right? So you have those guarding rails that will say, if this affects my health, I cannot keep doing it. Because if this affects my health, my physical health, it will affect my mental health. Mm-hmm. If this affects my mental health, what's going to happen is going to affect my physical health. And without either of them, my life will crumble.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So setting boundaries that allow you and whoever you are, it could be your mom.
Close people.
It could be your family. Like today we had a conversation with a client and I asked her, who is the most positive and influential person in your life?
Yeah.
Without Chris knowing that what I was going to ask, he's talking about me.
I knew it was coming my way.
Right? And she said, not even my family is as much of a positive influence in my life as Chris is.
And that's an unfortunate fact that so many people that I've met. I had a certain childhood, you did too. I think we both had great childhoods or homes, I should say.
Yeah.
Not everybody does, so we might not understand what that's like to not have somebody like that there.
Yeah, my support from my family is beyond understanding.
Same.
the support that my wife got from her family is beyond understanding, and that's why we're very family oriented.
Yeah.
But you need to set boundaries because your family, they might be the ones holding you back. Your auntie Pat might be the one saying, "Honey, just eat that cake. You're not that fat." You know, like there are so
You
many
look
things.
great.
You look great when you don't feel great.
Gary Vee even says sometimes you need to tell your mom or dad, F you. Not like that, but like, hey, I'm trying this one thing, I'm
Yeah.
doing my
Yeah.
thing. So that kind of trickles in there too.
Like, I mean, I'll put it this way: I am the only person in my family who doesn't have a degree. Literally, the only person. My cousin is 23 years old. He's going into med school. My other, everyone has a degree. My little cousin just got like 4 scholarships for college. He's going to the Citadel. I am the only person in my family who doesn't have a degree.
Now, let me ask you this: you're a successful person.
Yeah,
That one thing makes you feel like you're lacking something?
never.
Okay, good.
At the very beginning,
I thought that's where you were going.
no, not at all. At the very beginning, my parents doubted me. It's like, you can make money without a degree.
Old school thought.
And here's what I said. Okay, I'm leaving the house. I left the house. It's like, if I'm not going to give you what you deserve, which is respect, and allowing you to, get from your kid what you want the most, which is a degree. If I cannot give you that, I have to leave.
Wow.
Right?
Is this post soccer?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not long ago. This is 10 years ago. I said 8 years ago.
Wow.
That's not that long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing as, if I'm not providing you with what you need, I need to do the self-work to understand that I'm a negative influence in your life, or I'm simply not in the position in my life to provide you with the amount of value that you deserve. Right? So what did I do? I simply said, hey,
You're good.
you're good. You
We
can walk
want
out.
people to be active as
Yeah.
we're doing this.
I told my parents, like, I'm gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna show you. You know who my biggest cheerleaders are right now? My parents.
Yeah. Good.
Because I showed them, this is what I'm gonna do, this is how I'm gonna do it, and this is why I will do it.
That's when in my family, that's when they get behind you. They own my life. They test me. Do you really want to do it? Are you doing it for somebody else? Are you doing it for you? And once I've gone down the path of it, okay, we see you're sticking, and what can we do to help?
So set boundaries. If there is somebody in your life who is not providing you with the amount of value or effort or love or appreciation that you're giving them, sorry to tell you, but you have to say a big, I'm not gonna say it. You know what I was gonna say?
You want to.
Yeah. They have to go. They gotta get out of your life.
A big swift you.
Yeah, big Swift.
Let's not muddle the name. So there's 3 people in my mind that are on my social media that I know them. We speak in instant I've dated myself, DMs. Their life is difficult right now, and you can kind of see, they're not in a great place. All the negative stuff they're saying, the negative insights coming out, and I know it's their surroundings. Their family's not there to care for them, like we said. And as I try to talk through all this stuff, you've got to get a community that supports you. You've got to have some people who at least bring you up versus, yeah, you can't do that. You're not good enough. You can't keep listening to that. And if they're close to you, it's even more difficult. But once they're distanced in some way, you still care for people from a distance, your life will probably start taking a different direction. So you've got to have a community of people who support you, wherever that is, however that is.
Here's what you need to people, because I do it every day. You gotta protect your circle. You need to protect the people in your circle, and you need to protect who gets in your circle.
Yeah.
Because have you ever heard of the analogy of the bucket of crabs?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so
Yes.
imagine,
Yes.
it's easily you can really easily think of it, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you a bucket, and there are 30 crabs inside of that bucket, and I am the crab who gets to put the the claw, right? Is that the claw, the head claw? And to the very end, I start climbing.
Pincher.
The pincher, yeah.
Pincher.
What happens as soon as I start climbing up?
Somebody's gonna grab you.
And what's the other crowd gonna do? They're gonna pull you down, pull you down, pull you down, pull you down. You know why? They don't want you to get out. That's the same shit that happens in your life when you let somebody in it who doesn't have a fucking business being in your life because they're not positive, they're not productive, they don't give you the amount of love and appreciation that you deserve, and all they do is drag you down.
And a lot of that's because they don't want to see you go anywhere because they can't or don't feel like they can. So it's internal in them that they can't see themselves where you're trying to go. So the safest thing to do is drag you down versus say, I'm going to see what he's doing, she's doing, and go that way too. Or collaborate. How can we both get out, get better? There's this negative mindset that you can't get one on me or you're not allowed to do something bigger than me because it's internal pain that's not dealt with and understood. It's a mindset.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to invite you all to do. I'm going to invite you to find a notebook somewhere. And it's going to be hard to do. But think of the names of 5 people in your life who you believe don't give you as much as you give them.
Ooh, I'm doing that too.
You think of that.
I know number one.
Because I know too. I know you're number one.
We're not saying
and I've known you for a month.
We're not saying this.
Yeah. So I've done that. And I do it on a weekly basis. Shit, I had to, straight. I had to tell a client, yo, I can coach you more. Yeah.
Was it a negative experience?
Yeah, I mean, I literally had to, I'm first time and I don't know how long, I'm giving a refund. Because I protect my energy. I'm not okay with somebody bringing negativity into my group. With all my clients, I can't do that. Because you don't want to put in the work to better yourself. I cannot allow you to be the cancer that it spreads in my body, in my circle, in the people that I'm trying to help.
And what just came up as you were saying this, I think some people don't find or haven't found the value themselves yet to speak up.
Yeah.
Because it takes balls or ovaries to say no. You know, a lot of people can't say no. A lot of people can't say no. You stand out when you say no.
Yeah.
You bring yourself up a level when you say no. And that boundary, that wall is high for a reason. You bring yourself up. Some people don't know their value yet to say it.
Yeah. Today,
once you start doing this, once you start doing that and finding that love for yourself, and you do it, it gets a lot easier. And then it becomes like it's just what you do, and the value in yourself is the strength to do it.
Yeah, that's key. That's key. I like that. Today, right? I got a message, and I told you about it. That somebody said, "I like how blunt you are, even though you know how tough the crowd around the area is."
On the heels of what we talked about yesterday, that's awesome.
Yeah, and if you don't like what I have to say, you don't have to listen to what I have to say.
Change the channel.
Skip.
Cool. Are you upset if somebody doesn't listen to it?
No, I'm glad because if somebody doesn't like what I'm saying, there are 2 reasons why somebody wouldn't like what I'm saying. One, because the truth really hurts, and they just cannot they don't want to understand the fact that they need the help that I'm providing, because they don't want to do the self and internal work in order to get better, or they simply think I'm an asshole. And I'm okay with that. It's okay.
There's that confidence we're talking about. And that's not being mean.
You know, I don't care if you dislike what I said. Everything that I'm going to share might be what you need to hear in order to get out of the hole that you're in.
And this ties into yesterday's, or what people will do, keep finding someone to tell them what they want to hear, and you're in the same hole, which brings it back. Anyway, we're swinging off topic, but
yeah. So, anyways, I would like to invite you all to the homework. Sorry, the setup for today is a little bit wonky, but the message is A1. Ha! It is. That was good. We have a little plan. Shout out to Jeanette.
Ficus, fake ficus.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, peace, love, protein. If you enjoyed the episode, share with a friend. Leave a comment here if you found value from this talk with Coach Davey and Coach Swift.
I've got a closer. Say what you're going to say. I'm going to end my part. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Okay. Come back next time for the next episode and keep swifting and lifting. Come on. Come on. That's what I say in the ring, so I got to use it here. See?
We out, guys. Oh my gosh, that is horrible.